Hi YouTube. I'm going to do my Q&A. I don't have a ton of questions, but some of them are kind of long, so I will do that. And if I get more, I'll do a part two. The first question is, I get asked this like, I don't know, maybe 20 times a day. And the question is, when is Abigail going to go home? And there's no answer to that. Anytime you ask a nurse or a doctor, they will say, oh, around her due date, give or take a few weeks. And her due date is in 8 weeks exactly, which is 56 days. So we have 56 days until her due date. She could stay later than that, and she could go home earlier than that. But around her due date is the answer to when she'll go home. Before she goes home, she needs to get out of her isolette and be able to regulate her temperature, and she needs to learn how to eat, and she needs to gain weight. She can't get out of the isolette until she's 1,700 grams, and she's only 1,240 right now. So she has a lot of weight to gain before she can even get out of the isolette. And then also another thing to get out of the isolette is she has to have the bed turned to 28 degrees Celsius for 24 hours, and she has to be able to keep her temperature warm for that 28 hours. So she's going to get to that before she gets to the 1,700 grams, because she was 1270 or something. She was 2 pounds 12 ounces when she was born. I don't know how many that is in grams, but she was at 1250, and then she went down at 1240, and she's been down to 1210, and she just kind of changes a lot. So she's got a lot of time to do that. And then with learning to eat, she stays on the feeding tube until she can eat. And we won't even try breastfeeding or bottle feeding until I've heard 33 weeks, 34 weeks, and I've heard 35 weeks. So she's 32 weeks today gestationally. So the soonest that they might let me try is in a week. So we've got a road ahead of us. I anticipate her to be here for the next at least 4 weeks, but I'm guessing around 6 weeks. We'll see. But that's a question I get asked a lot. And then someone else asked what it's like to be here in the NICU. And I'm here all day, so I'm going to be doing a day in the life where you'll really get to see what it's like to be here. But basically, I pump, clean pump parts. I pump, I clean pump parts. Every 3 hours, she gets her care time, where the nurse comes in and I take her temperature and I change her diaper, and then the nurse will like reposition her and then start her feed, and she's fed through a feeding tube. And then once a day she gets like her weight checked, and then once a day she gets blood work done. So that happens. I wake up about 9 or at her 9 o'clock care, and I help with that. And then at her 12 o'clock care is usually when I hold her. And between 9 and 12, I shower and I get ready for the day, and I sometimes go wander the hospital. But that being like actually on the NICU is kind of boring. I spend a lot of time looking at her. I get to hold her for, it depends on if she's under phototherapy, like she's doing phototherapy right now, so she's not supposed to be out of the isolette for more than 30 minutes, but they let me hold her for her feed, which is an hour long, and then it had stopped, and so they had to like restart the feed. So I ended up holding her for almost 2 hours, which is great. But when she isn't under the lights and isn't doing phototherapy, I get to hold her for like 3 hours. So I usually watch TV while I do that. I'm usually on my phone. There's a laundry room, so I do laundry while I'm here. I clean up. I've been working on putting photos up at some NICUs. I'm going to do a day in the life, so you'll really get to see what it's like in the NICU. And then I also got asked, what did Abby need and what was the process of everything? And I think I talked about this a lot in my birth video, or my labor and delivery story. I don't remember how much I touch base on, but I do know that it's all on my Facebook page. So if you like my Facebook page, you can go back and read everything. It changes a lot, but when she was first born, she was intubated for a few hours, and then she was put on a CPAP, and then she got put on the cannula, and then she got taken off the cannula. So CPAP is like a whole mask, and then the cannula is just the one that goes under your nose, and then she's off that. And then she's also needed the phototherapy. This is our third round of it. So she's been put under it, taken off, put under it, taken off, and she's under it again. She has needed her feeding tube, and she has EKG stuff. She has 4 tabs on her monitoring her heart, and she has a thing on her foot monitoring her like O2 and stuff. And I think that's all for like wires that she has right now, and her feeding tube. She did have an IV the first couple days, and that got taken out, and then she got a PICC line put in, and then she's had that taken out, and then she's been in isolate. And the isolate used to like she used to have stickers, one on her stomach and one on her back, so depending on where she was positioned, that had a little probe underneath it that measured how warm she was, and then the bed would automatically change depending on her temperature. Now the bed is, she's in a different isolate, and it's set to a certain temperature, and so she has to regulate her own temperature. It doesn't do it for her. And she gets her temperature taken every 3 hours, and then we change the bed to that. So that's basically everything that she's had, I think. Anything else is on my Facebook page. I update that like a million times a day. And I also got asked what the like financial side of being in the NICU is, and I really don't know a lot about that. We are working with a social worker, and we're working with this thing called Chamberlain Edmonds, and they're helping us, you know, with that and getting insurance. My insurance does not cover her. It covers her for the first 21 days, and then it doesn't. And she's going to be in here more than 21 days. We're already on a day 11. So we're trying to get state insurance. We don't have that right now. We don't have it for Jackson because he had private insurance up until January 31st. So, and then my husband has insurance, but through a private, different than me, private insurance, and that is going to, we might have to add them to that, which is going to be really expensive, and the co-pays are so high. But hopefully we qualify for state insurance. We do not qualify for anything else like food stamps, or I didn't get pregnancy medical, or anything. We don't get any state benefits. We just don't qualify. So hopefully we qualify for insurance. Other than that, I really don't know. I know it's really expensive. It's like over $1,000 a day to be in here. And then there's like all the blood work that they do and all the equipment that they use, and like, I don't even want to know. But so we're working with some people on that. I also got asked how old I was. I'm only 19. My husband and I are both 19 years old. 19 and a half if you want to. We turned 20 he turns 20 in October, and I turned 20 in November. So we are 19, and she is our second. We are married, but yeah, that's how old I am. I'm young. And then I also got asked how long I can stay here with Abby, and I can stay here with her 24/7 until the day she is discharged. I am allowed here whenever and however long I want. I stay the night here. There's only been one night in the last 10 nights that I have not stayed the night here. And that's because we were in a different room where we couldn't stay the night, so we went home. And my husband stays the night the majority of nights, but when he's like really tired, he does go home, because through the night, you know, we're getting up every 3 hours to do her cares. Sometimes her alarms go off, sometimes other babies' alarms go off. When she has her feeding, it goes off, and there's a lot of noise, and people come in and out of the room, and so sometimes he doesn't stay the night, but I stay here pretty much 24/7. When I do leave, it's either to like go to the store, and I'm only gone for like 20 minutes, and then there's been twice that I've left for like a couple hours, and it was like so weird. but I don't leave, and I don't have to leave. I'm allowed to stay here all the time, so I do. But that is basically all the questions that I've gotten. I am going to be doing a day in the life in the NICU. I might even do that tomorrow. I also need to do her 1 week update because she's already like a week and a half old, and that is crazy. I will let you guys see her real quick, and then I will end this vlog. And one other thing, like this, comment on it, share it with your friends. Go like my Facebook page and share that too. And here she is. Let's see. I'm doing this from like a weird angle. Hopefully you can see it because it's my front facing camera. But there she is, sleeping away. That's a better view of it. There you go. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all the love and support that we've got. And it's been a really difficult time, and there's just so much going on. But the support that we've gotten is just beyond amazing. So thank you guys so much. Have a good day.